Hey guys. Now, Bask just restarted. I think it had a deadlock. No patch or anything like that. Don't get too excited. But it's locked now because it's already back up. It's just a couple things are still loading, I guess. So, should be a couple minutes here. I have work in about 2.5 to 3 hours. 3 hours. So, I figured you're supposed to have an easier time running into Black Sun spawns right after a server restart. So I'm going to jump in. Hopefully there's some entertainers I can get buffs from. And we'll do a quick, hour and a half to 2 hour Black Sun hunt on Yavin. See if we have any luck with them. And then I'm going to have to head out to work. No, not that kind of reset, JK Vader. More like a reboot. Like it went down, the server locked, and they restarted it. Not wiped it. Just like when you restart your computer. My opinion on Battlefront 2, I mean, it's hard not to get excited. But I've been disappointed before. That's my opinion on Battlefront 2. I don't know how long this is going to take. I thought by waiting like 15-20 minutes that it would be almost open, but it's still locked. I don't know if there's if I should go play something else for a little bit and come back, or if I should just sit here and keep refreshing. It's kind of silly. Those are my Steam alerts, by the way. Don't freak out. No, Alec, Publish 9 is not today. We'll have at least a week's notice before Publish 9 is patched. So as soon as that announcement drops with the date, you'll be sure that I'll have a video letting everyone know. I think we still have a good see, I hate giving dates because my dates are not official word. So like there is actually a forum thread on the SWG forums that somebody was angry that I told them when an update was coming and it didn't end up coming at that date. First of all, I'm not associated with the project. Like, I'm not a dev, I'm not a coder, I'm not anything like that. I am a community tester, but that doesn't really have... I don't have any authority as a community tester. So when I give dates, like, when I think a patch is coming, that's just a guess. Like, you really can't take anything I say on that topic like seriously. Basically, what I do is I look at how much work they have left to do on whatever the subject is. So in this case, their Publish 9 is going to be the village. So they have like the Publish 9 checklist. So I look at the Publish 9 checklist and I see like how much stuff they still have to do. I look at the weekly notes that they post every Sunday and see kind of the speed at which they're updating things, and I make a rough estimate on how much longer I think it's going to take them to finish what they have left to finish at the speed at which they're working. So, with that in mind, I think we should get Publish 9 within about 2 to 3 months. If it could be sooner, it could be later. Like, I don't know. That's just a guess. It's a prediction. So don't be mad at me if I'm wrong. If it takes them another 6 months, that's totally possible. I don't know. But it's definitely not today, and it's definitely not in a week. Alright, what can we do for like 15 minutes while this server loads? Let me see. I mean, we could watch the Battlefront trailer, I guess. I don't want to get hit with a copyright flag. A lot of people are getting their videos flagged for like visual copyright claims or something. So that's probably a bad idea. Play 20 questions. Actually, you know, it's funny you say that, because one of the things that I planned on doing for hitting 5,000 subscribers was an AMA, but I haven't gotten around to making a video about it. But is that, if I were to post a video inviting people to ask me any questions they want, saying that, you know, within reason I would answer any questions. I'm not going to give my social security number or something like crazy like that. But is that something you guys would be interested in, or do you think that 5,000 subscribers isn't enough to really warrant that sort of thing? Like, I know I'm no PewDiePie. I'm not going to be getting my silver or gold play button sent to me anytime soon or anything like that. But I do know people ask me a lot of personal questions, so if people are interested in something like that, I don't see why not. Because a lot of people do ask me a lot of questions when I stream, and I don't mind answering them when I stream, but people aren't always available at the times that I stream because I stream so sporadically. They are going to do JTL. JTL is going to be the very last thing that they do, since it was an expansion. Hey, the server's up. Good thing we didn't go do that YouTube thing. Alright, whoa. Underground here. 4 entertainers and 4 docks. Wait, what? Yeah, the bounty hunter thing, once you get to a certain point in the investigation branch, you have to go to different planets for your marks. And that does take a bit of time. Yeah, those sound effects, right? I don't know. See, I get so many mails from different people about joining the guild. I don't know who I sent what to. Oh, this person is on. Should be very few people on. Oh yeah, they are on my list. Oh, derp, I just added them to my list. Oh boy. Alright, so what time are we at? It's 2:30. I really can't keep names straight anymore. I'm hoping that there's an entertainer in Mos Eisley. Typically there is. So that shouldn't be a problem. Okay, cool. So Norcus and Kuvik. Thank you, Ronan. Yeah, I've spent quite a bit of time on a computer. My typing speed is up there. Yeah, I mean, NGE wasn't... I almost said it wasn't a disaster, but it kind of was a disaster. NGE wasn't all bad. Let me put it that way. There were aspects of NGE that were good. But they changed so much of the game and shit on so many of their veterans that it was a disaster. That is funny. Hey, Prater. Have I ever played Dark Souls? No. Hey, Eli. I've never played Dark Souls, but I know roughly how the game works. I've had other friends that have played it. I've watched videos of people playing it. But I've never actually done it myself. Just gotta keep an eye on my clock here. 2:30. So literally we have about an hour and 45 minutes, and then I need to start getting ready for work. Any luck? Did I loot anything yet? Not yet. We're just getting buffed now. The server just came back up. So we're gonna get buffed up. We're gonna go out to Yavin, drive around for about an hour 45. Black Sun are mobs that are spawn on Yavin, Endor, and Dathomir that drop Bounty Hunter armor, which is used to craft Mandalorian armor, and they drop, more importantly, the jetpack base, which is a subcomponent required to craft a jetpack that can only be looted off of these random spawns. Hey, Striker. Yeah, Mando armor sucks as far as protection ratings, but as far as like bragging rights and value, it's pretty expensive and pretty sought after. Alright. Oh yeah, jetpack. You gonna see what it looks like? There you go. That is what it looks like to fly. Of course, the game does not consider a jetpack any different than a typical vehicle, so as far as the game is concerned, I'm still on the ground, which is why I can, like, fly through these beams. And as silly as it is, if there was, like, a rock or something on the ground that would typically block a speeder bike or a swoop, like this, you cannot fly over stuff either. It's just another vehicle. I can't group instinct. You gotta get buffed. Yeah, higher camera position. That's actually the only reason that I got it. I'll go back out and show you what I mean. Since I do a lot of, like, recording and stuff, obviously, there are only so many camera angles that you can get. Oh, that's pretty cool. There are only so many camera angles you can get in Galaxies because of the limitations of your character and the camera. So, like, if I'm trying to record an event or something, I really only have standing, kneeling, and prone are like the 3 camera angles that I usually can record at. However, with the jetpack, that gives me this high up angle, which is pretty useful. It's just I have to deal with the limitations of momentum and having a really wide turning radius and all the stuff that comes with actually being on the jetpack and not having full control over my camera. There is a person named Timbab who's like a community, he's like a coder that works on a couple different mods for Galaxies that is working on a free camera mod that's supposed to allow you to detach your camera from your character and just kind of fly around. But I haven't heard anything on him about that for a couple months. So I'm going to give him a little bit more time and then send him another message and be like, yo, please tell me that project is still happening, because I would love that mod. Oh, Terry? Is that how you say your name? T-E-R-I? Do you mind if fans join you? No, come on out. I mean, it's going to be pretty boring. Striker says you should be a Twitch partner, then I could use this subscription I have on your channel. Dude, I appreciate it. Unfortunately, the only way I can become a Twitch partner is if I get at least 100 viewers consistently watching me on Twitch. And, I'm not quite popular enough for that yet, and the fact that I stream on both Twitch and YouTube kind of splits my viewership. If I were to stream just on Twitch, then some of the people that are watching on YouTube would come over to Twitch, but not all of them. And it's not super important to me to become a Twitch partner, otherwise I would care. But I do appreciate it. Have you tried out SWG Legends? No. Isn't Legends an NGE server, though? I'm just waiting for Instinct here to get buffed up so that we can go. We're going to go to Yavin. So we're going to go Purchase Ticket, Corellia, Coronet, Starport, Yavin, oh, whoops, Yavin 4, I think is the syntax. Yavin 4, Labor, Outpost, Single. Yeah. Alright, let's go. Hey Shognar and Level. I am doing alright. I just don't have that much time to play today before I have to go to work. But I figured I haven't streamed in a while. The server just restarted, so I'll pop on, stream a little bit of Black Sun hunting, get to talk to you guys for a little bit, and then in about an hour and a half I have to go to work. Sad face, but hey. Matthew Falcone played from launch to the end of NGE and playing the EMU since 2012. Do you think you would get bored of the EMU if you didn't make the EMU videos? Dude, I get bored of the EMU even with making the EMU videos. As a matter of fact, part of the reason why sometimes there will be large gaps between the times that I make videos is because the game does get a little boring sometimes. But with Publish 9 getting so close, it's like inspiring me to play again some more. So, yeah. Will I be streaming after work? I'm not sure. But I am off the next 3 days. So I will be probably streaming either tomorrow or Wednesday. I am not on Discord right now, no. I don't have a lot of time before I have to go today. So I just wanted to hop on and drive around, see if we can find anything. I'm not really looking to do anything more right now. If I had more time, I'd hop on Discord. Any idea what's up for Pub 9? I just heard about Aurelia stuff. Yes, the village is the main focus of Pub 9. They're also laying the groundwork for the Imperial Crackdown, which is where stormtroopers will scan you for contraband. I am going to be grinding Jedi. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be streaming it or anything because I don't want my Jedi character to be known. Because let's face it, there is a small community of people out there that don't like me very much, and they would be more than happy to take my bounty mission over and over again if they knew who I was. So, because of that, any Jedi videos that I do are going to be done on the Nova server with a throwaway character, so that nobody knows who my Jedi is on Basilisk. Mockingjay, the Discord server is public, and I have a video about it that I just posted like 3 or 4 days ago. So if you check my main channel page, you'll see a video that's like new public Discord or something like that. You can find the link in that video description. Striker, do you think you'll stream or play more when Suncrusher gets released and have a fresh start? Absolutely. Dude, I am so looking forward to playing Galaxies on a fresh server, to the point where I've even looked at some of the private servers that we're talking about coming out. Like, what's the new one that's coming up in May? Empire in Flames or something like that? Empire, I think it, or Empire on Fire? I forget what it's called, but there's another server that's coming out that I'm going to create a character on it just to see what it's like, because they are advertising like some changes from the core pre-CU gameplay, and that scares me. Like, I know pre-CU gameplay isn't perfect, a lot of the classes are imbalanced and stuff like that, but when people try to do their own stuff, it doesn't always work out. Like, I tried playing on that Elysium server, and they totally changed the profession system and limited the number of skills that you could get and stuff like that. And while it's definitely unique, it, to me, was not as good. I mean, maybe the classes were balanced a little bit better, but the lack of customization is what killed that for me. So I want to see how Empire in Flames does it, and we'll see going from there. I don't want to stop playing on Basilisk though. That's my main concern, because I did just become a community tester for Basilisk. So going on Nova and helping them test some of the stuff they're working on is something that I do now. Though I actually haven't done much yet. But, yeah, we'll be doing that. It might be interesting to stream some of that, too. I don't know if I can do that or not. Depends on what I'm working on. When are we going to play some Rebellion, Praetor? I don't know, man. I haven't played Rebellion in forever. I did that stream with it the one time. No, I did 2 times, because I did a follow-up episode. But I haven't played it since. Real life has been kicking my ass the past couple weeks, man. I've worked... Yesterday was my first day off in 2 weeks. Because of the holiday. So... And I'm actually going out of town the first week and a half of May. So... I work tonight, I have off the next 3 days, and then I think I work every day until the beginning of May. And then I'm going to be gone from like May 1st to like May 10th or something. And then I'm going to come back and work for another 2 weeks straight. So like, my schedule's been really screwy lately. Do I think the dev team will rebalance Jedi so they don't have to run away like wimps if a bounty hunter comes a-knocking? Definitely not on Basilisk. Basilisk is going to try to emulate live as closely as possible. It's possible Jedi and the Professions will get a rebalance when Suncrusher comes online in like 3 or 4 years or whenever that is. But I think the fact that Jedi have to run away from bounty hunters when they come a-knockin' is intentional. If you're going to have a class that's as powerful as Jedi, you need to have some sort of danger involved with it as well. It's got to be like a rock, paper, scissors, right? Like, if Jedi is so powerful that they beat every other profession, there needs to be, like, a trump profession that beats Jedi. Otherwise, your game is broken. So, I don't know. I don't mind that bounty hunters can kick a Jedi's ass. Because it's not like they can do it all the time either. The bounty hunter is not good, the Jedi can still win or escape. Yeah, TKM, Master Commando. I don't know how well those professions work with each other. But yeah, I mean, if you're Master Commando, you're ready to go to DWB with the team. It just seems like they should not have to run from a single hunter. They do have the force, and remember the ability to destroy a planet is insignificant next to it. Yeah, but like, not while they're grinding. Like, when Darth Vader says the power to destroy planets insignificant compared to the power of the Force, he's like a Sith Lord at that point. And once you reach like Jedi Master level in galaxies, you don't have to run from bounty hunters. You can still kick their butts. So I guess we're talking about 2 different things. If you're talking about like once you're a full template Jedi, you don't have to worry about bounty hunters as much. Like, I'm sure if there's a really well-geared bounty hunter, he'd still kick your butt. But what I'm talking about is when you're just like a Padawan and you're still grinding your template. Because until you've mastered some, like force skills or whatever, you're squishy as hell, man. Like, you're not wearing armor when you're grinding. You don't have all of the defense stat mods and stuff that you have as a non-Jedi because you're using a lightsaber. So when you're just starting out your Jedi grind, like you have to be paranoid. If you see another player pop up on your radar and you're out in the middle of nowhere, you need to stop what you're doing, get on your vehicle, and drive away as fast as you can. Because you don't know if that's like a surveyor, like some artisan that's just out looking for resources, or if that's somebody with your bounty coming to kill you. Like, and you can't afford to risk that. I know I'm missing a lot of chat, guys, so I apologize for that. If you ask me a question and like a couple minutes go by and I don't answer it, just ask again, because I probably missed it. Jedi is scary as hell. And yeah, Matthew Falcone's got a really strong point, which is Basilisk has been running for so long, and players have been, you know, camping the Acklay or killing Night Sisters or crates or whatever for so long that there are some really, really powerful legendary weapons on this server that have damage over time effects that will absolutely melt Jedi. Like, I'm talking like mind fires and like poisons and diseases and stuff that Jedi, especially Padawans, can't heal. Like, unless you're a doctor, it doesn't matter. You could be like a master rifleman or swordsman or commando or another bounty hunter or whatever. Unless you're a doctor and have like the right medicine for that shit, like nobody can heal that. So if you just get hit with one of those as a Padawan, even if you manage to like escape the bounty hunter, but you can't cure that mind disease or mind poison or whatever, you're really in trouble. Hold on, I'm getting messaged. Why am I not seeing any spawns? Bass is using the XP loss. And yeah, radical honesty, I'm in the same boat as you. I finished the village, and I was grinding, I think Force Enhancer? I was doing both Lightsaber and Force Enhancer when the NGE change switched. So I never had a full template Jedi pre-NGE. So it's going to be a first for me on here as well. Lovell says, I used to drop a house when I saw anyone. I did the same thing. I carried a small generic house, so wherever I was, whatever planet I was on, as long as it was a habitable planet, I could just drop a small house. I think missions still are anonymous. You don't know who your mark is until you find them. I think. As a matter of fact, I think there's a rule in place that I'd have to go back and read the EMU terms of service or the Basilisk server rules again, but I think that there's a rule against purposefully targeting a player Jedi over and over again. I think that's considered harassment, but like, that's so hard to prove. Yeah, Ronan says, I saw names on terminals when hunting on Nova. I think the anonymous hunting was from a previous version of Galaxies. Klezi asks, so how do you avoid being spotted as a player Jedi? there's a system in place called visibility. And doing any Jedi-related action, whether that's equipping a lightsaber, or attacking with a lightsaber, or using a force power, if you do any of that within like 30 meters or 32 meters or 60 meters, I'd have to look up the distance again, but there's a certain distance around you that if you do any of those actions within that distance of a humanoid NPC or player, so creatures don't matter, but like if you go after like a bounty target and that target's like a humanoid, and anyone that drops credits, we'll say, if you do any of those abilities within a certain distance from one of those, you gain what's called visibility. And you can't tell what your visibility is, but the higher your visibility is, the more likely you are to show up on a bounty hunter terminal when a player bounty hunter goes to get a mission from a terminal. And the only way to get rid of visibility is to die to a bounty hunter, which you don't really want to do, because then you lose XP. Or I think you have to wait like 3 weeks for your visibility to reset back to 0. So to answer your question, how do you avoid being seen, is you have to go out into the middle of nowhere like we are right now and just kill random creatures to grind. But you, like I said, you can't kill humanoids, they have to be creatures, and you don't want to... You have to be careful because, like, we're just driving through the middle of nowhere looking for Black Sun right now. So if you are out in the middle of nowhere grinding, however unlikely it is possible for a random player to just be driving by and they'll see you fighting some creature with a lightsaber, and all they have to do is drive up to you or drive past you. As long as they get within a certain range from you, boom, you're on the bounty hunter terminals. Like, it's that easy. So it's going to happen. Only like the most careful, paranoid Jedi will be able to avoid showing up on the terminals, and even then, all it takes is chance. One random player to be in the wrong place at the right time. Or even like if you're grinding or driving through like creature mobs or whatever, and a group of NPCs happen to spawn right in front of you and they're within range, like, that's all it takes. Thanks, Klezzy. I appreciate it. What advantages does Bounty Hunter have over a well-trained Jedi? A lot. Well, a lot if we're talking about, like, a Jedi in training, again. So, because, like, higher-level Jedis have moves like Saber Block and stuff that they can use to deflect shots, which is why I think a lot of Bounty Hunters are actually going to be melee? I don't know. Because Saber Reflect is such a powerful defensive tool that Jedi have that I think bounty hunters are going to be like swordsman bounty hunters or fencer bounty hunters, because Jedi don't wear armor. So the damage type, or I'm sorry, not the damage type, the armor piercing of like a T-21 that like a rifleman would use is kind of is not important or not as important as it is in typical PvP. But the main advantage that bounty hunters have is, like I was saying earlier, the damage over time effects. So if a bounty hunter has like a Night Sister Lance or a Janta knife with a Mind Fire on it or something ridiculous, and they can stick that damage over time on the Jedi really doesn't have a whole lot of options to deal with that, unless they have the Force healing abilities that are necessary to heal it, but those Force healing abilities aren't usually in a Jedi's intended build unless they're going like a Jedi healer. You're going with the 3000 Bounty Hunter with TKM. Yeah, see, like, the two things that I've never done in live, I was never a full template Jedi on not on Basilisk, pre-NGE, and I never did bounty hunting pre-NGE. So, Like, both of those topics, my knowledge is very limited. It's limited to just what I've read or what I've heard other people say. So I am absolutely going to do videos on those to help other people, but I'm going to have to learn those things myself before I can do those. Yes, so killing Janta guys will get you visibility. Absolutely. So you were going TKM, and you're sort of flip-flopping between Master Fencer and Master Swordsman. It depends on what you want to do. Swordsman gets some really... It's the damage types that are the two main differences, as well as the fact that Swordsman can target the mind pool. So Swordsmans have access to power hammers, which do blast damage, which is really effective against, like, I think ATSTs if you're a rebel, and base turrets if you're into the Galactic Civil War game and you're attacking, like, Imperial or Rebel bases. Oh, excuse me. And obviously anybody that doesn't have blast-resistant armor. Fencers, on the other hand, have stun batons, so those do stun damage, which is very difficult for players to get resistance to. You can get, like, stun resist composite armor, but it's, like, really good quality of that is super expensive. Like, that's what I think most of the PvPers wear, because Fencer has a lot of really good defensive stat mods, so when you combine the defensive stat mods with the ability to do stun damage, it makes a really good PvP profession. But I was a TKM swordsman in live, and I fucking loved it. Like, swordsman is so powerful. I had a scythe and a power hammer, and I don't know if you need a scythe on Basilisk. I think the resources have spawned over the years, so that right now, like, a two-handed curved sword is just as good as a scythe. Don't quote me on that. I haven't checked that in a long time, but I believe that's true. You've never seen SWG PvP? No comment. Wow, we're having no luck. There aren't even any spawns out here. Did people, like, rush Yavin? So is BH the best way to make money? Alright, the money grinding question comes up so often. And everybody really has a different opinion on it. For the most part, I think a lot of people agree that bounty hunter missions are one of the most reliable ways to make money. Not only do the missions themselves pay really well, but you do still have a chance of looting, like, a plus 12 or plus 15, like somewhere in that range, clothing attachment. And if you get a decent one, like a two-handed melee weapon speed, or like a rifle speed, some stat mod that's relevant to a lot of people, that clothing attachment can sell for like a ridiculous amount of money on top of what you made for the bounty hunter mission. And because of that, bounty hunter missions are considered one of the best ways to make money. If you're comparing that to, like, being an artisan, like, that's super hard, man. That's like apples and oranges, because the only way that you're going to make a lot of money in Galaxies as a crafter is if you put the time in to collect all of the server best resources to make whatever you're making. Like, the only way you're going to make money as an armor smith on Basilisk is if, like, I don't even know how to tell you how to do that, because right now I could go to the Imperial Outpost Mall, the KDS Mall on Tatooine, and buy a mini suit for like 20,000 credits, which is how much I get for one Janta mission. So in order to compete with that, like the amount of time that you're going to have to invest into collecting all the resources and the skill tapes in order to have competitive prices with something like that, by the end of the day, your profits are not going to be very high. So I don't know, man. It's really difficult to answer the money making when it comes to crafting. What you'd have to do is you'd have to hope that like some of the already well-established crafters stop playing, which does happen, but that's not really reliable. You can't you know, you can't rely on a master weaponsmith who also has a master armorsmith alt, who also has a master chef alt, to just stop playing. Yeah, as Sognar is saying in Twitch chat, you can also make money reselling the best current resource spawns. That's probably a good way to do it too. You want to follow like galaxyharvester.net, which is a resource tracking website, to see when like a really high quality resource spawns, and then you just want to gather as much of that resource as you possibly can. Wait a couple of months, and then you can resell it for really expensive. Yeah, see, Review Fever says kind of the same thing. Best way for him, TKM Master Ranger and farming avian beast, or it's avian meat, to sell to doctors for high-end buffs. But see, that method of money making only works when there's a really high quality avian meat spawn. So everything, all of the really ridiculous ways to make money are not as reliable as like grinding solo missions or doing bounty hunter missions or camping the Acklay and selling Acklay bones, but good luck doing that with the people that are already down there. Hey, Arsha. Wait, what? We have an idea about how adding some corrupt Imperial officers you can bribe to lose your notoriety. As a Jedi, we mean, but prices increase the more you do it to make sure you are still careful. You mean like as a new system to implement into the game? Or is this like a guild that will get like a Jedi's bounty mission and hold it so that nobody else can? Xander, hunting are hunting missions worth it? They are, especially as you're leveling, if that's what you mean. Or do you mean like at the end of your grind? That's how I make money. I just do Janta missions on Dantooine. There we go. Well, I guess just because the server restarts doesn't mean you're gonna find a whole bunch of bounty hunter or Black Sun spawns. No, I haven't found anything yet. And how long has it been? It's only been about a half hour, but still. Lovell says, I used to make all my money as a doctor on live, 20K, and had lines out the door. Yeah, see, one of the huge differences between Basilisk and live is the number of tunes that each person's allowed to have. And this is a subject that we could talk for hours about, because since Basilisk allows every player to have 10 characters, most people that play regularly already have their own Master Doctor. And they also have a tune that grinds credits, whether it's a bounty hunter or a combat tune or whatever, so that they can afford to buy buff packs from other doctors. So when they log in and they need to get buffed and go out and kill stuff, all they do is sign into their doctor alt, buff themselves, and then go do what they have to do. So while there are people that will, pay for buffs on Basilisk, it's not as good as a method of earning money as it was on live, because there aren't so many people dependent on other players to buff anymore. Now, hopefully, when Suncrusher comes out, we'll get a reduced characters list, or character slots. They haven't said how many they're going to do, because I think they're still deciding on it, or the team that's going to take over Suncrusher is not necessarily the same team that's running Basilisk. So we're not going to find out what that's going to be for like years. But if I had to guess, I'd say it's probably going to be 2 or 3 characters. But the issue you run into with that is multiple accounts. People say the fact that you could only have 2 characters on a server in live was because you could afford, or you could, if you could afford it, have multiple accounts and have more than 2 characters that way. All you had to do is pay for multiple subscriptions. But with the way the project is, you can only have 1 account per player. So the fact that you can have 10 characters kind of circumvents the need to have multiple accounts. So it's like you can see the argument from both sides. I personally would prefer a 3 character max. I think that is enough that you can have like a combat tune, a crafting tune, and a utility tune, whether that's a doctor or a squad leader, or maybe you want to have a second combat tune that's a different profession. Whatever it is, 3 tunes is enough that gives you a good variety for yourself, as well as leaves the interdependencies between players alive. Will people even be playing the game still in like 4 years when Suncrusher goes live? Absolutely they will be. It may not be the same people that are playing now. Like, I've been playing Basilisk for 4 years, and the people that I play with now, none of them played when I started playing. And the people that I played with 4 years ago are not playing anymore either. But there's still people playing. There's just a different group of people than was playing before. So yes, in 4 years from now, there will still be people playing, but probably not the same people that are playing now. It'll be people that have discovered the game, later. Or people that came back to it. We're really going to go this whole session without finding anyone, aren't we? Yeah, I know. When I used to stream like a year ago, I would modify my Steam alert sound effect to be like a Jawa or something different than the default sound effect to avoid confusion. But the problem is every time you close and reopen Steam, it would replace the file with the original file. So I just got tired of always having to change it. You'll think I'll find a group with 28 minutes left on my buffs? God, I hope not. That's 50 minutes from now. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So to whoever was mentioning about the Twitch partnership earlier, between Twitch and YouTube right now, I've got about 58 viewers. So let's assume I wasn't streaming on YouTube, I was just streaming on Twitch. We'd probably lose about 20 of those people because people just don't follow Twitch like they do YouTube. So I'd probably only have about 38, we'll say 40 viewers on Twitch right now, which is still a lot more than I usually do. It's just so much easier for people to find find a YouTube stream, because if you're browsing YouTube and you are watching some random video, and I think one of your subscribers starts streaming, I think that their stream will show up in your suggested videos. It's also a midday weekday stream. That's true too. Man, we are not having a good time today. No, the 80k giveaway was insane. The 80k giveaway, I had the most viewers I've ever had. No, I'm sorry. Not the 80k giveaway, the Cadu race. The 80k giveaway, I had like nobody watching. But that was a really boring stream. That Cadu race was ridiculous though, but people were sharing the link to my stream on like the Basilisk Discord and the forums. Hey, Fonz. Fonz Forelli. Oh, not the SWGEmu topic again. Yeah, I played SWGEmu. I was very invested in SWGEmu. And then free-to-play happened. And screwed it up. I've even tried to go back to SWGEmu a couple times, and every time I go back to it, something happens, or I see something, or there's a change or something that just kills it for me again. The last time was the fact that you could change any of your companions to fill any role. So you could take, like, what was originally supposed to be your DPS companion and make it your healer. And maybe I'm just a purist when it comes to that, but, like, why? Why is that necessary? Because people were upset that they couldn't play with their favorite companions because they weren't the right role? Well, too bad. Like, you're playing a role-playing game. Lost me. That's the other thing. It's totally easy mode now compared to how it used to be. They condensed all the stats. Remember, there used to be like aim. Well, I don't even remember what they were. Aim, willpower or wisdom. You had strength, cunning. And they combined all that into one stat, which is just mastery, I think it is. Why? Why simplify what was already a really easy to understand system? And the crafting system in the Old Republic, utterly pointless. There's absolutely no reason to craft anything in that game. I mean, maybe augments, and maybe if you're a crafter, you can like stay slightly ahead of the curve with like your gear while you're leveling. But once you reach end game, all the high level gear is you buy with tokens from like raids or PvP. So there's no point to crafting anything. And since all of the gear that you can get through the cartel market is adaptive, so that it can be light, medium, or heavy armor no matter how it looks, like, you just buy what you want to look like instead of actually, like, having to craft it. Hey, Cody. Oh wait, I'm gonna miss this question if it scrolls. Hey Mobius, I'm going TKM, Master Pistolier, Knockdown Shot Smuggler. Do you think I should spend the rest into 4x Medic or finish off Master Brawler and get the Better Intimidate? The Better Intimidate isn't a huge thing, or isn't a huge deal because it doesn't stack with the first one. All it does is extend the duration. TKM Master Pistolier, though, I'm trying to think what benefit you actually get from having Master of both. Is there a reason you're mastering both TKM and Pistolier? Because aside from the state defenses and the melee and ranged defenses that you would get from the two, the defense acuity from TKM and the dodge from Pistolier are not going to benefit each other. You're only going to be using one of those at a time. Double bleeds to health pool, knockdown from range. And when they get close, knockdown and direct health damage TKM move. The... But see, is the direct damage TKM health move is not as powerful as the direct to health, like, Body Shot 3. Because as a TKM, you only get level 1 for each pool. You get unarmed body hit 1, unarmed leg hit 1, unarmed head hit 1. But as Pistolier, you get body shot 1, body shot 2, body shot 3. So while it was a Pistolier, you don't have your choice. You're going to hit that pool harder than a TKM. Plus, TKM is restricted to kinetic damage, which everything's going to have kinetic resist. Most things have kinetic resist, if you're talking about PvE. And what... Wait a minute. Double bleed? Does Pistolier have a double bleed? Because TKM doesn't have a bleed. You get health shot 2. Does health shot 2 stack with health shot 1? Okay, health shot 1 and 2 do stack. So yeah, so you don't need TKM for the double bleeds. Let me look at TKM. See, I'm just... And there might be something to this build that I'm not seeing. So if somebody sees it, definitely speak up and let me know and correct me. But if it were me, the Meditate branch is obviously, you know what that does. If that's something you want, grab it. For balance conditioning, I would only go as high as expert balance conditioning, because master balance conditioning doesn't get you anything that you would use as a Pistolier. The rest of these, they give you state defenses, so you get defense versus blind, posture change, and you also get the melee damage mitigation that you're not going to get in Pistolier. You get melee damage mitigation 2. In the power techniques, this is strictly... There's nothing here that you would use as Pistolier. And precision striking, this is going to get you melee and range defense, so you could go all the way up. So I would do like 0304 Terrascasi or X304, whatever you feel like in Meditate. Because what are you going to... Master Terrascasi, you get the melee damage mitigation 3, which is nice. You don't even get any more state defenses or primary defenses at Master. So really all you would get is a 20% reduction in melee damage at Master. TKM more for the close combat knockdown. If I see one Black Sun walking around, he'll drop the jetpack base. Dude, I haven't seen any Black Sun walking around, and it has been an hour. Greyjeth, I don't use Center of Being at all, but I'm also a Master Doctor, so if I get into trouble, I can always just heal myself. If somebody's running a build without medic skills, then Center of Being may have a bigger impact for them. I definitely know if you're really worried about min-maxing your character, then you need to run a Center of Being macro that just automatically puts it back up as soon as it expires. But I don't even worry about it. Do I think there's enough time to grind out Master Bounty Hunter from scratch before Publish 9 goes live with, say, 4 hours of grinding per day? Yes, I do. I don't know exactly how long it'll take you. But yeah, I think you can. On that note, though, is Master Bounty Hunter what you're looking to do? Because if you want to get, if your goal is to get Bounty Hunter to hunt Jedi, you don't need Master Bounty Hunter. All you need is Investigation 3. And you can absolutely get Investigation 3 in like a week, if that, with 4 hours a day.
I am here because you are here.
Arsha, thanks again. Dude, Arsha, you are single-handedly funding this channel. I gotta update your thing now on Twitch. I made you a VIP in Discord too, Arsha. It's the least that I could do to thank you. The Liam Neeson scared you. Hold on, I gotta update his amount. There we go. You know, but you prefer TeamSpeak? Aw, man. Just suddenly Liam Neeson. I can change it. I can change it to like... I don't know who you are, but I will find you. Wait, Reds? Ho! Dude, look at that! Arsha, it's all thanks to you, man. You donate, and we get Black Sun spawns. GG. Whoa, Instinct! Alright, so Instinct, earlier you were asking what's better, the VK or the Flamethrower. Their resistance to heat is 45, kinetic is 55, so I would use the Flamethrower. Is it 28 minutes? No, it's an hour and 1 minute. Sorry, Insane. They wanted people to meet Liam Neeson's stunt double from The Phantom Menace. Yeah, I'm sure people were thrilled. Oh, you killed 2 over there? Alright, cool. If I get a bounty hunter helmet or so, then you'll know you're quite the lucky charm or something. Yeah, definitely, dude. Klezzy, I am Eastern, US Eastern time. Oh, good. Gimlisk, if you're just watching the stream, I could just talk to you then. Yeah, unfortunately, I have a late work shift today, but I'm off from work the next 3 days, so I'll be on... I'll definitely be on during your evening hours the next 3 days. Gimlisk, do you use Discord at all? Alright, Greyjeth, have a good one. Is there a good way to see where things spawn? No, unfortunately, these guys can spawn randomly anywhere on the planet, so you just have to drive around until you find them. This kneeling down, this is the Terras Kasi Meditate. This line here on the left side of Terras Kasi. Do you get it? Yeah, you get it at Novice TK. Meditate. And then as you go up the Meditate line, you unlock the ability to heal yourself. So, like, I think one of these is healing wounds. I think it's this one. It doesn't say. Yeah, it doesn't say in-game, but I think in the skill calculator it tells you what they do at the different levels. Yeah, my second monitor is above my webcam, so when I read chat I have to look up and see you guys. I did just use the power boost, Striker. I don't use it that often, though. If I remember to use it, I'll use it. And yes, Eric, Publish 9 is going to bring the Jedi Village of Aurelia and the ability for people to become Jedi. Hey, PQ. I like this guy's armor scheme.
Thanks, my young friend.
The silver and blue. That was my high school colors. PQ, thank you for following. Welcome to the channel. No, Jedi is not permadeath in this version. It's going to be the XP loss on death, which obviously is not as bad as permadeath, but it's not much better, man, because I tell you, when you go into like the negative couple 100,000 XP and you spend like 4 hours grinding just to get back to 0, and then a bounty hunter rolls up and just kills you again and puts you at like negative 300,000 again, you just want to kill yourself. It's so bad. Any idea why my Flamer is really high damage in terms of stats, but doesn't seem to do a lot against enemies? It has to do with their armor rating, and I haven't done a video on armor rating yet, but these guys have a medium armor rating, and while I've never used a flamethrower, I imagine it doesn't have armor piercing. I could be wrong, but I don't think it shouldn't have armor piercing, because it's just fire. Nope. We got an SG-82 rifle, though. Instick, check to see if you're, well... Does it have armor piercing? Yeah, okay. It's over, Maul. I have the low ground. Oh, man. I don't think we're going to get anything, guys. No, we have to think positive thoughts. We are going to get something, and it's going to come from this next kill. This is next assassin that spawns. Yeah, sorry, I saw the question about soloing crates. Master Swordsman and Combat Medic is a really good combination. You definitely need... I would definitely recommend, I'll say, Combat Medic. Putting diseases or poisons on them is going to help you tremendously, and the ability to heal yourself is a huge plus.
Thanks, my young friend.
Thank you for the follow, Zenris. Welcome to the channel. Oh shit, I'm gonna die.
I am here because you are here.
Dude, Commander Zalen donated 20. You could do it. Alright, let's see. Is that... If that... I'm going to tell you right now. If this guy drops a Bounty Hunter helmet, thank you very much, by the way. I'm going to just, like, get up and walk away if he drops a helmet. And... nothing. Alright, but it's not over yet. It's not over yet. Let's see. We still have to wait for that assassin to spawn. Before he spawns, let me update the donation list. I'll add you on there. Thank you very much. Commander Zalen. Oh, shit, there he is. What? He's not too far away. He's right in front of me. Here we go. Donation list is updated. Thank you very much, Commander. I feel like I should salute. What is Neeson Strikes Back? Bless you, whoever is in the other room. That was my sister. As a matter of fact, on the note of my sister, I was going to ask her to help me with my April Fool's video. Let's see. Oh, nothing. Clearly, we just need more donations then, right? That's how we get better loot. This game's pay to win, right? No, we do not need... While I greatly appreciate it, I do not think it's going to help our chances. Real fair fight. You kick him to death while he's down and the other guy pelts him with rockets. Hey, Roy Cop. Alright, how much time we have left? It's 3:45. I've got like 45 minutes. Alright, yeah, good. So just before my mind buffs wear out, we might have time to find one more group. PQ, I do not have a mod to make my graphics look better. What I do have, if you open your options and go to terrain, make sure these two sliders at the top of this window are all the way at the right. Because what happens is sometimes these reset back to the left, and man, do those two sliders make a huge difference. Like, look how crappy that looks. Jesus Christ, who's that? Forelli donated Elite. Elite indeed, dude. Elite indeed. See how shitty this hill looks? But if I raise these two sliders up, look at how much better that gets. A bunch of more trees spawn, the hill's a lot more defined. So those two sliders greatly increase how good the game looks. Forelli, thank you, dude. You've already been helping pay for the SWGEmu website. But, so I appreciate that, but thank you again. Let's get you on the list. I like the 1337 Elite donation too. It's very clever. There we go. Do you know if I'm better off using point blank or flame cones? Jesus. I might as well just call off of work today. I've already made more money streaming than I'm going to make at work this evening. Hold on. I'll tell you what, Arsha, I'll update that in a bit. But thank you. You made a Dark Adept spawn. So I think maybe we've gone too high now. We don't need Force users. We need Black Sun. Dude, Liam Neeson's getting paid overtime today. Do I know what the item limit on a guild hall versus a large house? I believe the item limit on a guild hall is either 350 items or 400 items. Because I know I hit the limit on my guild hall not that long ago with all the crystals that I put in it. Instinct, point blank or flame cones. I think point blank for single target. I don't know. We'll test it on the next fight. That's my dog. 400 is the cap on guild halls, I'm being told. Hey, Andrew Arsenal. How's it been, dude? Should name your character Captain Thick. Oh, wait, Ken, were you the one that commented Thick on my trailer reaction video? Somebody commented that, and I told Takora that it was for her, and she was pleased. But are you saying that it was for me? Because she will be upset if it wasn't for her. Oh, that wasn't you? Alright. Aww. Alright, I'll have to give her the bad news. Instinct, Arsha, who's also Commando, actually is the guy who gave you the flamethrower the last time we did Black Sun hunting. He's saying single and overcharge shot 2. Hey, Merked a lot. There was a server restart about an hour and a half ago, which just came back online. Mobius, what are your thoughts on Battlefront 2? Somebody asked that way at the beginning of the stream. I'm sure you weren't around. Basically, everything they showed us so far looks amazing. I'm very pleased that we're getting space battles. I'm pleased that we're getting all eras. I'm pleased that there's a single player. While I do miss the Galactic Conquest mode, that's not a deal breaker for me. I am hesitantly excited. I'm also glad there's not a season pass, which means that EA might actually be learning a little bit from their mistakes. But I have a feeling they're going to do like a loot crate system the way Overwatch does it, where you can pay in-game credits and or real money to get in-game loot, like cosmetics and different weapons and stuff. Oh, here's a red dot. It's a Dark Jedi Master. Is this dude fighting it? This dude is thick. This dude's fighting a Jedi Master. I don't want to help him, but I'm going to cheer him. Yeah, go! Great unclean one. Instinct, he says, flame single is better. It also applies the dot, the damage over time. Alright, we don't have time to watch this guy finish off the Jedi. We've got to go find more Black Sun. He looks like he was doing alright, though. Sorry, Clezzy, I know you asked something that I missed. Oh, how do you get ADKs? Yeah, alright, he answered you already. They are veteran rewards, though I don't think you can claim the ADK until it's like the 3rd or 4th reward. The thing with the loot boxes for Battlefront 2, and granted, this is totally speculation. We don't know that this is confirmed or not. But if you look at the perks for pre-ordering the $80 Deluxe Edition on Origin right now, some of the stuff that says that's included in that Deluxe Edition is epic upgrades for each class. There's 4 different playable classes in the game. So you get an epic, very important that you note, epic upgrade for all 4 classes, an epic upgrade for the Millennium Falcon, and there was something else. There was another epic upgrade. I don't remember what it was for. I think for like two hero epic upgrades or something. And I watched the Angry Joe review, or like reaction and review of the trailer, and he broke this down. He's the one that pointed this out, and I think he's spot on. That the word epic is probably the rarity of the upgrade. So if you've ever played Overwatch or like Hearthstone or anything like that, where you open like a card pack or a loot chest or something, you'll know that the items that you get are different rarities. So what Angry Joe is assuming, and what I'm agreeing with him on, is this epic upgrade is probably like the highest tier of loot that you would get from one of these chests. And by pre-ordering the deluxe edition, you're guaranteeing yourself to get at least one epic upgrade for each class, and for the Millennium Falcon, and for the heroes. So it's like you're getting guaranteed loot. But what I like about that system is that it's not necessarily pay to win. It's pay to progress, right? Because if you can buy these loot boxes with in-game currency, like just like in the last Battlefront they made, you earn credits at the end of each game, and then you spent those credits on weapons or star cards or whatever. If you use these credits to buy the loot boxes, that means you can get any item or appearance or weapon or ability or whatever through just by playing the game, as long as they don't limit how many you can buy that way, a week or something arbitrary like that, or if they make the costs ridiculously expensive through that method. I would have absolutely no problem with that, because I think that's a good alternative to having a season pass or having paid DLCs that split the player base. It's still, like a money-hungry, greedy move that encourages people to pay with microtransactions, but it is a totally better system than the way they did the first one. Hey, Bradley. So in a nutshell, that's how I feel about Battlefront. I'm excited, but I'm also hesitant because I've been let down before. At the very least, we know it's going to look beautiful, just like the first one did. And one other point I do want to point out, though, that everybody seems to be forgetting, and I almost want to make a video about this because I'm sure people will find it entertaining. People are getting very, very excited over the fact that the single-player campaign for the new Battlefront is going to have you playing as the Empire. What's the best way to say this? Wasn't there this other game that came out back in, like, the early 2000s that you also played as the clones, which became the Empire? And wasn't that game also called Battlefront 2? Like, we're not breaking any new ground here, people. There's already another game where you play as the Empire. And that game is also, ironically, called Battlefront 2. Like, open your eyes, people. We've played this before. We find the lack of Neeson disturbing. That's really funny. I love the Neeson jokes now, guys. It is set after Jedi, though, and that's cool. This time he plays a woman in the Empire. Wasn't there a woman in the original Battlefront 2? I remember the Rebel Marksman in the original Battlefront was a female. I don't think any of the Empire characters were female. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of details missing before I can get super excited. Like, I want to see some gameplay. We have to see gameplay. I hope they get rid of the star cards. I hope they get rid of the power-ups, like the hero power-ups and the vehicle power-ups. While, again, they're not game-breaking, I don't prefer them to be that way. I'd rather, like, the vehicles spawn on the map and you actually have to go and get into the vehicle. I hope they bring back, like, a typical Conquest game mode, where, I'm not talking about Galactic Conquest, I'm talking about, like, Capture the Point Conquest, where the points that you capture are, like, spawn points. So you don't have, like, the problem with like, if you look at Walker Assault was a cool game mode, but, like, the spawns were very progressive. Like, as the walker advanced through the map, the spawns got pushed back and further back or whatever. But if you look at the gameplay of the original two Battlefronts, the maps were not symmetrical at all. The maps are almost separated into different sections, and each section had, like, a control point that you took over. And if your team was in control of that control point, you could spawn there. So I understand the idea behind the Walker Assault game mode, and whatever the other one that also is, like, a progressive throughout the map, is to, like, move the front line of the battle across the map. But, like, we didn't have that problem in the first one. The front lines were, like, around the points. So you could flank around, like, I don't know. It was just, that gameplay is so much more fun than constantly being on the defensive or constantly being on the offensive. It was more dynamic. That's the word I'm looking for. It was a much more dynamic gameplay where one team could be the aggressors, and then somebody pulls off some ridiculous kill streak, and now the team that was the aggressors is suddenly the defenders. That's much more fun, in my opinion. And we need a more classic heroes versus villains gameplay. The one that they had in the last game was fun, where you had, like, 3 heroes on 3 villains and then a bunch of other people playing as, like, elite soldiers. But I miss the days of running around Mos Eisley with, like, 8 heroes on each team just duking it out for no reason. Right? You had, like, Darth Maul, Darth Vader, the Emperor, Boba Fett, Jango Fett, all teaming up against Yoda, Mace Windu, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Chewbacca. Like, it's just crazy fun. It doesn't need to make sense. It's fun. What's our time at? 30 minutes. Alright, we've got enough time to check out a little bit of this northwest area, and then we gotta go back. Where the hell are they? We're not getting any spawns out here, so it's hard to believe that this planet is already capped on spawns. Here we go, we got some. Yeah, no stun lock with constant attacks. Arsha says he would love a Star Wars game with the same gameplay as For Honor. That would be cool. There was a... what game am I thinking of that was similar to that? Was it Obi-Wan? I think it was. I played a game, some of you may remember it, on the original Xbox called Star Wars Obi-Wan, that the left control stick controlled your character and the right control stick controlled your lightsaber. So if you moved the right stick to the right, you would swing from the right. If you moved it to the left, you would swing from the left. Like swinging it or pushing the stick up, you would do like an over the head swing, and pulling it down would do like a block. So it wasn't as detailed or as complex as For Honor where you had to worry about different like blocking stances and stuff. But when you did get into a lightsaber fight, you did have to actually look and see like how your opponent was blocking. Jesus, dude. Commander Zalen with 10 more for maybe spawn. Let's see. Click Nix. I'll tell you what, though, you guys are definitely funding a much better holiday giveaway. Did I ever play Star Wars Revenge of the Sith game? Absolutely. I've played like 95% of all Star Wars games. The only ones I have not played are like ones that are on really exclusive devices that I didn't have. Like, I never owned a PSP, so like that Battlefront Renegade Squadron that came out on PSP, never played that. Maybe some mobile games, but anything that came out on like a major console, like Nintendo 64, PlayStation, Xbox, anything like that, I played it. What am I getting messages from? I don't remember that, though, in the Revenge of the Sith game. Did they do a directional lightsaber, like directional based combat in Revenge of the Sith? No, there are no microtransactions in SWG. It's all in game. Dude, I haven't played that game in so long. I don't even remember what combat was like. I remember the Revenge of the Sith game had a very similar system to Jedi Power Battles on the original PlayStation. Where it was like side-scrolling, jumping, like platforming, and with like a moving camera. Yeah, but there was a lot of like, I think I'm starting to remember now. It was like you would block your opponent's attack. We're at the edge of the map, and it would like they would like recoil right from the block, and that would give you an opening to attack. So it was a lot of like blocking and then attacking and then blocking. I remember now. I remember Grievous was a pain in the ass. That's what I remember. I'm remembering now. And I remember you had to fight Dooku, and he had like the super battle droids would come after you. Yeah, I played that game a lot now that I'm starting to remember it. It's coming back to me. Fluffy, we found one group of 3 with no good loot. We got an SG-82 rifle though. This always looks like a face. It's right here on like on the butt of the gun. It looks like Saddam Hussein. Doesn't it? Or maybe like Hitler? Like, I'm just seeing things. That's right. You had light and heavy attacks. That's right. Cutscenes. It had movie cutscenes before the movie came out. It also featured deleted scenes, didn't it? Like, wasn't there? Oh, sorry, I'm getting too far ahead of you, Instinct. Wasn't there a part in the Revenge of the Sith game where you went into like the fuel tanks of Grievous's ship at the beginning? That was a deleted scene from Episode 3, or am I making that up in my head? Kim Jong-un. Yeah, I remember that now.
I am here because you are here.
Yeah, the whole thing was like flooding. Oh my god. You guys are nuts. I love you though. You probably hear my phone vibrating too with like email notifications whenever you do that because I have my phone leaning on my microphone. Unlimited Neeson. 20 minutes. We can find some in 20 minutes. That's enough time. We're in another dead spot though. I'm just gonna cut back to the east. Arsha, I gotta get back to you somehow. Like, what do you want me to do? You want me to, like, I could put your name on the stream, or something. I changed the donation alert to something of your choice. Sweetlock, thank you for the follow, dude. When gone am I, the last of the Neeson will you be? It's a shame I got new channel art so recently. Otherwise, I would change the channel art to be Liam Neeson. The ability to destroy a planet is insignificant next to the power of the Neeson. How about a big hug? I only give big hugs. Have you seen me? It is impossible for me to give anything but a big hug. Liam Memeson. GG. That's good. Liam Memeson. What's my spec now? You mean like my character spec? Nah, he's still... This tune's still Terraskasi Doctor. I've got 10 different characters, man. Or do you mean my computer spec? I don't know which spec you're talking about. Alright, well we've got spawns up here. We just need to find the right spawns now.
Thanks, my young friend.
Hey, Gimlisk. Thanks for the follow. Make the next stream name presented by Arsha. I could do that. That's easy. Alright, I think we're now too far north. No, we're getting spawned still. Had heard I went pistol bounty hunter from someone. I was going when I did my bounty hunter character. I was initially doing pistol bounty hunter, and changed my mind. I dropped pistol, and I now have a rifleman bounty hunter. But I've had him for a while now. This was probably like 5 or 6 months ago. Here you go, Arsha. I'll make a video. Send me a waypoint to your zoo if you didn't already. I'll make a video of it. Do I have a furnished house? I have several. Yeah, Instinct. I was going to type to you. I keep forgetting that I could just talk to you. We're basically working our way back to the starport. I've only got 17 minutes left on my buffs, and I need to go get ready for work. So we're going to skirt around this this area of the water here. We'll go around the beach back to the outpost. Hopefully we run into some on the way there. Doc Holiday says, watching your live stream while I grind scouting XP with basic camps. Oh god, I don't miss that. I have a Master Ranger, so I've been there and done that. It's not fun. I don't quite remember the mechanics for the camps. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Thank the Neeson. Thank the Neeson. It's a group of 4, too. Thank you guys. Clearly donating is what caused these guys to spawn. Yes, I could feel your Neeson. It makes you stronger. Gives you focus. Aw, man, we got a Corsac ID badge. Oh shit, no! Instinct! Hey, Fire Heater. Okay, wait, how much time do we have? This is bad. 15 minutes? Oh, man. What actual time is it? It's 4:18. Alright. I've got less than an hour to be at work, so we need to kill these guys. They need to respawn fast. Oh, we got a ledger! First place prize, guys. It's what we've always wanted. Alright, I can take this opportunity to try to update some of these donation amounts. So, let's see. So, 1711. So, Arsha, dude. This is ridiculous. You're up to 148.05. Commander's got another 10. I misspelled your name. I have to add an L. There we go. You guys probably won't see it unless you refresh the Twitch page, but I do have... I am tracking your donations just so everybody else can see how dedicated you are. Whoops, that bumps Commander up a spot. Shoot. The tells are real. Nah, dude, you're fine. And Hay's weak. Well, if Black Sun mobs spawn on donations, then that makes SWG a pay-to-win game. It does. Unfortunately, it does. Don't go to work, dude. I have to go to work. Unfortunately, like, while a couple donations will more than pay for a day of work, it will not pay for an entire job. And, I can't risk losing my job. Now, why would a Black Sun dude have Wookiee arm wraps? I think that's bullshit. That should have been a Black Sun bracer or something. EK9JDM. Unfortunately, no. I don't have any special info for when Publish 9's going to come out. It's probably a couple months away still, like 2 or 3 months. But that's just a guess. Greyjeth, anyone know where the TK trainer is on Naboo? I have a link here that has all of the NPC trainer locations. So here, check that out. Alright, so this is the second wave, right? Survey says... nothing. Dude. You know how long it's been since I've actually looted something from a Black Sun? Like, it's been months since I've gotten any armor or... I've never looted a jetpack base on Basilisk. I have 2 of them, and I bought one, and one was donated to me. But I've yet to loot my own, and I don't know how many times I've done this. The loot has sailed. That was probably the last time. Hey Zareth, yes, this is the Basilisk server. Wow, that looked... Great choice of weapons there, Dark Trooper. Instinct, they're not going to help you fight, though. Since the Black Suns aren't rebels. They're just going to stand there and look dumb. Oh, Jesus. No. I can't really... I see, like... I hope they can fix this one day, because that just looks weird. Alright, 4 to go. 3. Nothing. 3 to go. 3 to go with less than 10 minutes. The best server is a very subjective answer, Zareth. Personally, I play on Basilisk because it's the official server. It also has the highest population and is the most accurate representation of the actual game back when it was live. But it has its flaws, and because of that, other private servers have popped up. Oh man, a broken handheld view screen! Winner, winner, chicken dinner! If you were a black sun, maybe someone wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire, which you will be after meeting him and his mate. I mean, it's your choice. If you want to be a black sun and you guys are known for carrying around jetpack bases, that's the risk you're willing to run, or willing to take, running around like that. Yeah, we got 1 kill to go. This is it. This is the final guy, guys. It's all or nothing right here. Do it in first person. Look at him. Look at him twitching. He knows it too. He knows it's his time. Alright. Oh! Okay. Instinct looted him like instantly. But he didn't have anything. Dude. What color are my eyes? You're making me an SWG? I already know what's coming from that, dude. I already know. I will say though, I mean, if you want to make me an SWG, go for it. But just be careful, because there are, depending on what you decide to do, that could be, and maybe you're making it as a tribute to me, and in that case, I thank you. But if you're making it in like as a means of trolling or something like that, well, that doesn't bother me. I have got the thickest skin out of anyone that you'll ever meet on the internet. It could be viewed as harassment, so just be careful. How do you color your speeder? There's an in-game item called a vehicle customization kit that you can purchase and use it to recolor your speeder. That Datapad had photos of his kids. Yeah, we're monsters, aren't we? All this for a backpack with jets on it. We're brutal murderers driving around in the woods looking for innocent bystanders to just slaughter. guy disappeared faster than Ben Kenobi did on the first Death Star. Damn right he did. Instinct was on point. He knew. He knew it was his last chance. He saw the opportunity and he took it. Alright, guys. Unfortunately, I've got to head back and, uh-oh. No, alright. We gotta head back to the starport and I gotta call it a day. For streaming, at least. I gotta go back and get ready for fucking work, man. But yeah, like I said earlier, I'm off from work the next 3 days. So I don't know if I'm going to be streaming at any point. I'm going to do my best to be able to get on it one day during the next 3. But it'll at least give me an opportunity to make some videos. Hopefully. Thanks, Grey Jeth. Yeah, it's going to be a short day. Coming in at like 5 o'clock. There's not that many hours left in the day, so hopefully it'll be wham bam, thank you ma'am, home and done. My character's name is the same as it is on YouTube without the number 1. It's just Mobius, M-O-B-Y-U-S. Review Fever, yes. So somebody did actually guess my job. I am a simulator pilot for the FAA. I fly fake planes so that the government can test different things before implementing changes to the real world. Oh, I gotta respond to this. Doesn't look like we're going to run into any more Black Sun between here and the outpost. Can I add Krennic? I don't know. Can I? I'm getting close to my cap again. I only have about 40 friend slots. I'll add you. But when I hit my cap, I start deleting people whose names I don't recognize. Starting to get those texts from work. Alright, that's it, guys. Thank you very much to those of you who donated. Not only do I super appreciate it, but it made the stream a lot more entertaining. The meme sin is freaking great. Hopefully we'll get more meme sin in the future. But all joking aside, I really do appreciate any of you guys. I know personally how difficult money is to come by these days. So those of you that are well, I can't think and I can't talk and type at the same time. Those of you that are willing to give your hard-earned money to me just because you enjoy my content really does mean a lot to me. Will I stream later? Probably not tonight, but I will be, like I said, I'll try my best to stream some point in the next 3 days. Probably tomorrow or Wednesday. Alright guys, I'm shutting it down. But again, thank you all for hanging out. Mobius1 here, and I'll see you next time.